Alright guys, we are back in CodeFights. We're doing CenturyFromYear. So the objective here is that you're given a year, such as 1905 in this first test, and you want to get the century from it. So what happens here is if it is at 1900 exactly, it's actually the 18th century, and 1901 the 19th century, and 1901 is the 20th century. So we have 100-year gaps. So let's start by defining the problem. We need to return the century, and it doesn't necessarily divide by evenly. So what we can do here is, one, we could divide this by 100 and add 1. That makes sense in a lot of the cases. So why don't we start there, where we go ahead and break down the century into a floating point number. So we'll say, hey, var value to check is equal to the year that we're getting passed in divided by 100. Now what happens when we return here? We return value to check. You'll see that it's going to return a floating point number, right? Because 1905 is going to return 19.05, so on and so forth. But what we can do on top of that is just go ahead and return math.floor value to check, and that will clear that up just nicely. So first and foremost, okay, and we're saying, well, a lot of these are going to be +1 because if you divide it evenly, 1905 is actually 20, so we can go ahead and add 1 to there. Now, we're going to have to write an if statement to deal with the cases where they're perfectly divisible by even, such as in the 1700, because this is perfectly divisible, but it doesn't end up working out. How can we solve that? Well, how I did it was I just did a simple if statement where I said, hey, if year modulo 100 is not equal to 0, excuse me, that's I'm doing the if statement out of order. My apologies. So the first thing I did was I did var divides even. This is to find out if there is a remainder. And we say, hey, if the year modulo 100, we're going to find out if there's a remainder. So if there's no remainder, it's going to be 0. If there is a remainder, all we will go ahead and proceed like so, because it's 1905 or 1701. So all we have to do, check if divides even is exactly equal to 0. Go ahead and return. Let me go ahead and bring this above. Values to check. Because this divides evenly, there's no reason to add 1, and there's no reason to floor it. So 1700 would become 17, and it doesn't need to become 18, and then we're done. So here we just find out if it divides even. We could probably eliminate this and just say, let's go ahead and eliminate it actually. It's better to have less variables if you can, and we can just say year modulo 100. If that's the case where it divides evenly, go ahead and just return this. If it's not, bring this down to a 0 remainder, 0 decimal place, bring it down to an integer, and then go ahead and add 1 to it because it's not a perfect century. That's the idea there. But as always, guys, I may have bumbled my words a little bit describing that, so I apologize. But thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to support me on Patreon, you can at patreon.com/codingtutorials360. Join our Facebook group and Discord channel as well. I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Special thanks to our sponsors, Dev Mountain. If you're looking for a coding bootcamp where tuition and housing is included, definitely check them out. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.